Good evening. Dr. Andy Merrill here. Welcome to Wednesday Night Wellness Live here at Nightlight Chiropractic in downtown Orlando. And it's been too long. It's been too long again since I have been able to do this video for you, the viewer, my patient, my friend, and I missed you. So we have a few things to go over here this evening, but first I wanted to start with Happy New Year. How's it going? How was it? Was it a good time? Did you make a resolution? How is that resolution going? Are you keeping the resolution? Are you struggling with the resolution? It's all the buzz right now, right? So I was going to talk about it, and I was going to be like one of those other naysayers that kind of went on the record to say, oh, you know, here's the stats for your New Year's resolution, and you're never going to make it, and only a certain percentage of people actually do their New Year's resolution. And here's my whole point to it, right? So you see all this negative energy, these naysayers, these people who are saying, oh, it's not for you, you can't do it. But aren't you better off to try, right? Like, I'm behind you to try. Give it another try, right? Maybe it's already over, you know, it's only like 7 days later, but maybe you didn't make it. Well, jump back on the horse, do it again. Why would you stop there, right? I think we get stuck on that resolve idea, right? You made a resolution. It sounds so scary and dangerous as opposed to just saying, yeah, I'm going to change. I'm going to be different. It's a random Tuesday and I should just change how I do my life. And I stand behind you 100% on that idea. So like you made your resolution a week ago. Now today, forget that. Throw away that resolution and start over and just say, hey, I'm going to make a change. It's the same thing, but I'm just going to make a change and it's going to be my usual, something different, but it's going to be good for me, right? So get back out there and do it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It doesn't even matter if your resolution already failed. Start over again right now. Keep trying. If you are doing good with what you're doing, that's great. You've probably made some changes in your habits. If you are thinking about changing, whatever it is that you're thinking about changing, I would recommend that you go back and see one of our old videos on how to create habits, because it's not just willpower that's going to get you there, right? Willpower might have only got you a week so far, but it's not going to get you all the way home to where you want to be, I'm guessing. I would recommend that you change some of your habits, some of your world, some of your routines so that you can actually follow through and get to where you want to be. All right? So that's your New Year's resolution. I hope that you're doing well with that New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution was to run more, right? And I got to tell you, I can't even say it. I have the worst love-hate relationship with running out there. Like you might think that you do. You might think, oh, I just have a hate-hate relationship with running, and that's fine. I have a love-hate relationship with running. So I absolutely hate when I'm doing the act of running. It's my least favorite time of the day, bar none, not even close. I am like gasping, hating every second of it. But after I get done, I feel like a hero for the rest of the day, right? Like no matter how it went, it could have been my slowest run ever, but I still feel great for the rest of the day. My endorphins are kicking, I'm feeling good, and that's why I do it, right? That's my love-hate relationship with running. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about running, because I think that it could be for more Americans than give it credit for, right? I think a lot of trainers out there these days, maybe a lot of celebrities out there these days have kind of thrown the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to running, and they're now onto something bigger and better, right? Oh no, running's not for you. It has to be a Peloton bike. No, it can't be running. It has to be something in the gym, strength training only. Here's my argument for why I have my love-hate relationship with running, and maybe you should too. So have you ever had a friend or somebody that you know that says, yeah, every morning I wake up and I take a cold shower, and I do that because then the rest of my day can only get better from there? Well, I think that is the laziest way to start your day off on the wrong foot. Right? Like if you're going to go about it and be like, that was the worst part of my day, so now my day can only get better, do something that's actually like meaningful for you, right? Like a cold shower, you're just standing there in cold water, right? The health benefits for that are there. There's a health benefit for it, believe it or not. But it's teeny, teeny, tiny compared to like 100 other things I can think of that you're doing. Like start your day with like a gross kale shake. I mean, that's going to have 10 million other benefits for you versus just taking a cold shower. For me, it's that run, right? I get up, I take the kids to school, I go do that run, and it's easily the least favorite thing of the day. But once that's out of the way, then it's like, okay, hey, now the rest of my day can start. So let me talk you into running just a little bit. So if you get our newsletters, that's great, because this article came out in one of our newsletters here recently. If you don't get our newsletters, you can go to www.nightlightchiropractic.com, fill in your information there, say sign me on to your newsletter list. We'll take your email, put it onto our newsletters. You'll get all kinds of fantastic information there. Roger Blackwell, I can see you there. I am watching you too, sir. Hope you're well. Anyway, so if you're not getting those newsletters, come find those newsletters. It's tons of great information. So this is straight from one of those newsletters. So first and foremost, we get this question all the time in the office: does running cause osteoarthritis of the knees? And the flat answer, and we've done the research, we've looked at all the research, no, it does not. running by itself does not cause arthritis of the knees. Really important there, okay? So you can't say that it's got this negative effect and that's the reason that I don't do it. You can say that I hate it and that's why I don't do it, and I hate it. But you got to do it because it's really important. It's good. It's one of the best things minute for minute that you can do for yourself, for your exercise. So it doesn't cause osteoarthritis any more than, say, swimming. So it's good for you. Let's do it. So you got to have good form when you're running. You can't just jump into it. Here's a couple tips about how to keep good form and good habits when you're going from walking to running or jumping right into running that might do very well for you. So first, you can't have a crossover gait, right? When one foot kind of swings in front of the other foot, you put a lot of taxing energy onto your feet. Your feet start to turn inward, your knees start to wobble inward, and then your hips get a lot of pressure on the outsides. So it shouldn't feel like you're running on a tightrope. It should feel like one foot stays on one side and the other foot stays on the other side in that tempo. And that's going to make sure that you don't end up with any kind of knee injuries or ankle injuries or hip injuries that shouldn't be there. So keep your feet about pelvic width wide as you're going about your running. The other thing that I'll say is terrain changes a lot of things, right? So if you're on an incline or decline, we're here in Florida, so I mean, good luck finding that anyways. But if you're on different terrains, it changes how your gait functions. You should always make sure, no matter what kind of terrain you're on, that your feet stay side to side, not one over the other. Okay, so avoid that crossover gait. So let's get into shoes just a little bit, because I get asked literally on the weekly, what kind of shoes should I be wearing? And the shortest answer I can give you is I don't know. You should go to Track Shack and you should have them measure your feet, take the shape of the bottom of your foot, and then give you their idea of what shoe you should be wearing. Because they do that every day, right? Like, I can inspect your foot, I can give you, yes, you're a little bit pronated, no, you don't have much of an arch, blah, blah, blah. But they're actually going to use technology to do that, and they have the product right there to show you here's what you actually need. So even if we were to come to a conclusion at my office, here's what your feet are shaped like, I still don't have like a shoe to like present to you to say this is exactly what you should be into. But if you have never thought about the shape of your foot, that is a really important piece to the shoe that you're buying. It doesn't matter what label goes on the side, no offense to my younger brother. It matters how it controls your foot doing the motion that your foot is doing. So your running stride changes just a little bit, and then also the shape of your foot will alter the shoe that you should be wearing. Things to think about: if you have a running shoe store near you that can measure feet and size of your feet, that's who you should be asking these questions to, because these are the people that are the most concerned with that athletic shoe and how it is going to work with your foot to make sure that you don't get an injury. Okay. So you have to avoid progressing too fast, because we see this all the time. I'm seeing this today, right? I think I told you in a video a couple weeks back that we start to see injuries that second week of January from people who did too much the first week of January with their resolution to get well, to get healthy. Well, they're injured now, right? They started coming in today. It was a crazy, crazy hectic day. They started coming in today with their new injuries, and it's because they're progressing too fast. Right? You should use the 10% rule when you're thinking about your exercise. Whatever you did this week, you're going to add 10%, and that's what you're going to do next week. So if you ran 10 miles this week, you're going to add a little bit to each run so that you're doing 11 miles next week. It's not going to go from 10 to 40. Otherwise, you're going to be injured, and you're going to come see me, and then you're going to go back to 0. Right? So the 10% rule is about what you should be doing each and every week to then up that running distance or those running times. And that's without even talking about like best performance. That's just talking about the total overall distance that you should be doing. And then the last thing that we're seeing a lot of is people who are starting to run who, and I just said this, maybe more people should be running, but who are not strong enough to be doing the running. So if you haven't done a squat or a lunge in any recent history, right? If you have to think right now when the last time you did a squat or a lunge was, running is not for you. Do you know what's for you? Squats and lunges, right? So your legs need to be strong enough to carry your body and to propel your body forward. If you're not doing things to strengthen your legs on the regular, like squats and lunges, then your body's not going to be ready to propel you forward, no matter how good your running shoes are, no matter how much you practice the 10% rule, no matter how good your stride is. You need to have strong legs. You need to be doing squats and lunges. If you go to nightlightchiropractic.com and some of our blogs, you can see videos about how to perform squats and lunges, so it's something to look for there. So as usual, if you feel pain with your exercise or with your running, we're here for you. We can help to evaluate what injury you might have caused. But when we do these videos, and I'm here right live, right? So if you're watching me right now, if you see this video tomorrow or 2 days from now, and you comment on it, guess who's going to see that? Not my I don't have a marketing team that does this, right? I got people who put up little odds and ends, or maybe make my flyers. But I'm going to be the one that sees it. I'm going to be the one that responds to you. I'm going to be the one that helps you to get the answer. So if you want to hear me talk about something in particular, put it in the comments. If you want to have a guest speaker, if you want somebody in particular that's for me to bounce ideas off of, I think we've got a primary care doctor in the hopper for the next couple of weeks. We were talking about bringing a psychologist back on. We were talking about maybe bringing a pain management doctor on, which I thought would be a really good idea so that you can see the other options out there. But whoever you want to see, put it in the comments section. I'm here for you to be giving you the information that is going to make you well here into the new year. So again, Happy New Year to you. I hope that you are doing fantastic, and I will see you next Wednesday night for another Wednesday Night Wellness Live. All right. Good night.